Hello, this is Jason P. Wilson 01 X-Force, and this is my Marvel pull list for the week of May 18th, 2011. And I picked them up on the 19th, and today is the 21st. My first Marvel comic this week is Avengers number 13, the Fear Itself tie-in. This is actually my second copy. My first copy I gave to my nephew and niece before they left. And I kind of glanced through it with them. Haven't actually read it back to back yet, but my first thoughts of the comic, even before I opened it, was, well, you know, I'm planning on reading Fear Itself, but just like Flashpoint, I just figure I'll pick up the trades. So I wasn't sure how, you know, this was going to affect me as a monthly reader who's not reading the Fear Itself right now. And then I opened it up, and the first thing I noticed was the artist. It's a new artist on the book. I'm not sure if this is just one shot for him, or if he's actually going to stay on for a while. But whoever this artist is, and I'm not familiar with this artist, but I really like his take on the Avengers characters. After the last few story arcs, even though I like that artist, I was ready for a new one and a kind of a new look and take on the Avengers characters. And I got a little bit of that on the last issue, but now again there's a different artist on this one. And I have to say, I really like this artist. He has a very unique take on the Avengers characters. I especially like the way he drew Spiderman. There's this really funny bit. Red Hulk gets a bunch of eggs from Jarvis, and he's eating them raw, and it makes Spider-Man very sick to his stomach, and he ends up throwing up in his mask. And just the way the artist handled the little quips and the little interactions between the characters, it's almost like a character study comic, and between relationships. I really felt like it was done in a way that's unique to the Avengers books. It almost reminded me about how some artists will handle Deadpool. Just, it's a little cartoony, but in a way that there are facial expressions and that are really enjoyable, because you don't really see it that often on certain characters. Other characters I really like this artist drawing of was Spider-Woman and Miss Marvel. I really like his unique take on the body types of a lot of the female characters. So that, and the nice, you know, over comic type feel of the facial expressions, I really liked it. And like I said, I haven't read it back to back yet, but I'm really hoping this artist stays on this book for a story arc or two. I'd like to see what he could do with a nice Avengers story arc. Next up is Amazing Spider-Man number 661. And anyone out there who reads Amazing Spider-Man knows that it comes out often, and it feels like it comes out every week sometimes, and they have different teams doing different story arcs, and a lot of times they'll overlap, or at least maybe come out the very next week. I think this is like the third consecutive Spider-Man in a week book in a row, and I believe there's another one that comes out next week. So for all Spider-Man fans, that's great, because you're getting a lot of Spider-Man right now. It's all leading up to, of course, Spider Island. And this is something I was looking forward to, because it seems to put Spider-Man in a situation he's not usually in, and that is he's teaching class, and he's teaching class to the Young Avengers, or actually not Young Avengers, the Avengers from Avengers Academy. So I was looking forward to this. Next up, for my Marvel books, it is number 3 of 5, if I get it on there. Number 3 of 5 of Skaar, King of Savage Lands. Been enjoying this series, so I'm definitely looking forward to this. Not really caring for the cover too much. Like I said, I'm not going to judge by covers alone, but cowboys shooting Hulks is not really my thing. But I've been enjoying the series. I really like the artwork, so I'm looking forward to reading it. Next up is probably this and the next one, my favorite Marvel books right now. besides Uncanny X-Force, of course. But I've been loving Ultimate Spider-Man. When they first started this Death of Spider-Man arc, I wasn't really sure if it was going to be real. I know that Ultimate books have a better reputation for whatever happens for real in the books. And like I said, I read Ultimate X, but I haven't read too many Ultimate books besides Ultimate Spider-Man, which I've been reading for a while now. And I really been liking. One of my favorite comics, and definitely one of my favorite Marvel comics. But I really like the way that they've been handling this. And at first, when I first got the first couple of issues of Avengers versus New Ultimates, I wasn't really sure how I was going to tie in to the death of Spider-Man. But now, last book, this book, it's really showing me that, wow, this is what I like in comics. So, looking forward to reading this fully. And then, of course, next up is Ultimate Spider-Man, Death of Spider-Man 158. And again, I've been loving what they've been doing here. And again, I glanced into this one as well, and I kind of wish I didn't, because I saw something that I thought was amazing. And all I'm going to say is, if it's as good as it looks like it's going to be, I'm really liking what they're doing with Spider-Man. Because I was afraid, like I think a lot of you were at the end of the last comic, that he was going to like die there on the bridge being shot, saving Captain America. But it looks like no, we're going to get the Peter Parker, the reason why we love him as Spider-Man, the young man who knows what it is to take responsibility to being a superhero. And it seems like Bendis here is doing what we all want him to do with Spider-Man. Definitely this is going to be the death of Peter Parker as Spider-Man. This is definitely the way we want as fans to see him, and that is showing that he has the best morals and the best character of maybe any superhero. So next up is another one I'm looking forward to, and that is, of course, one of my favorite ongoing series, Uncanny X-Force, and this is number 10. This is the first in the Dark Angel saga. I wouldn't say that Archangel is my favorite character on the team. That would obviously be Wolverine and Deadpool, and maybe Psylocke as well. But I am liking everyone, and I really enjoyed Archangel in the last series of X-Force. And that was with X-23 and everyone. That was back when they were actually sanctioned by Cyclops. And there was a lot of really interesting character developments in this character. So I am looking forward to seeing if they can really draw me in again with this character. Next up is pretty cool for me. It's X-23, and it just got off her crossover with Dakin, and so I was really looking forward to seeing what they're going to do next. And of course, I read the new X-Men ongoing series, the first story arc, and that was Curse of the Mutants. And I did like it, but after that I stopped. And I did enjoy what they were doing with Jubilee, because Jubilee was always kind of a vanilla character that I always liked, but they never really did anything with. So they made her a vampire, and then they addressed that in this series that just ended, which was a limited run, which is called Wolverine and Jubilee, and that dealt with that as well. So it looks like we're going to get more of that, and if it's handled well like it's been, I think it'll be great. Again, this is all anticipation. I haven't read any of these comics yet. Next up is Generation Hope. Now, I had mentioned, let's see if I actually get on there. I have mentioned that I am looking to cut back on my comics. I get a lot of comics per month, and my income is kind of tight right now, so I've been trying to keep like the best of the best, and letting go of some of the other ones for a while. This is one I've really been thinking about, but every time I open it up, I really enjoy the characters. I got hooked on Hope Summers. I read a little bit of her and Cable, but mostly I really got into her with the whole Second Coming. So Second Coming to me really drew me into her character, especially when she witnessed Cable dying, and she was able to bring out her powers. So then I thought, wow, this is interesting. Then I read, of course, the Five Lights after that connected to X-Men. So when they launched this series, I thought to myself, I really am interested in these characters to see what they can do. And even though it hasn't been the best, it definitely has been better than a lot of comics I'm reading. So I think I might give it a comic or two and then make my decision. But I have to make my decision soon. Next is the final of the Escape from Negative Zone, and it started with Uncanny X-Men annual, continued in the Steve Rogers Super Soldier annual, and is now concluding in the Namor First Mutants annual. I have really liked the series and this annual connection. Of course, the other one was Spiderman, Deadpool, and Hulk. I have not read those, but I heard they were good. I chose one. I didn't want to get both, so I chose this one. I loved the first artist in the first book, and I liked the second artist, but not as much. The story, though, worked well, and I'm curious to see how it all ends. I had to hunt these down, this and the last one, because I don't normally get those other books. And last but not least, for my Marvel pull list is a $1 comic. I have not read Cable Deadpool. This is an older series. They're on trade now. In fact, they're on an Ultimate Collection trade. So I thought, you know what, this would be, it's $1, and with my discounts like 80 cents or something. But I thought I would like to look and take and see if this is something I would like, because I love Deadpool and I like Cable. So I thought Cable is a character that I know about, but I haven't really read in depth since a long time ago when he was with X-Force. And of course, Deadpool I read a lot of, but he has so much comics I don't read Deadpool Corpse or anything like that. Deadpool Corpse, anything like that. But yeah, so I kind of like the Marvel's Greatest Comics. I haven't gotten too many, but they're $1. You can pick it up and see if you want to pick up the trade. So. And those are my Marvel comics. My next, of course, I'll post my DC as well. And hey, if there's any comics that you see that you're also getting, please let me know how you feel. I am making my decision, and I would love to see what you guys think. Also, if there are any comics that I have that you'd like me to review, please let me know. I'd love to hear from you. And thanks for watching.